Good morning, fuckers! Welcome to another day at the Daily VM. What is going on with my boy Mikey today?
Hey, everybody! Welcome back. I'm so happy you can be here.
You sound ridiculous. I swear to God.
Well, I'm trying to fake enthusiasm.
Fake enthusiasm.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I realized?
Suffering from speech impediment today.
Yeah,
What'd you realize?
You know what I realized about Florida?
What?
We really do have a lot of Joe Dirtes that live here.
Yeah.
It's like it depends on what part of the state you drive in or visit. It's like going to a totally different part of the country almost. It's like Florida is so diverse in like different cities and locations. Like, when we travel up to like Chiefland, for instance, it's always like country boys, good old boys, ranchers, things like that. You go into Central Florida, like near Eustis and Tavares and all that. It's Joe Dirtland, man. I feel like I should have Kid Rock come flying out. Yeah, it's Joe Dirte land. I mean, seriously, it's like Trans Ams, T-top Trans Ams come flying out. People with mullets and shit.
Wow.
So this past weekend, I meant to bring this up to you the other day, but it was like this kid. And I felt like such a dick, but I didn't say it. My wife did, which made me laugh even harder because I was already thinking it. So this little kid goes, "Hello," as he's walking past us, and I wanted to go, "Well, hello there, Joe Dirte," like that, and keep walking. And so she looks at me as we walk past, and she's got a smile, and I smile at her, and she goes, "You think of what I'm thinking, little Joe Dirte?" I swear to you, I was dying. We were laughing so hard on our way back to the car. I said, either we're the biggest assholes or it was true. What are the other? It was Joe Dirte Jr., being raised.
Did he have a mullet?
Oh, yeah, the biggest mullet, dude. And he had on like cowboy boots, just like how he did in the movie with little freaking jorts on, like little jean shorts that were cut up and a little freaking shirt, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's like, it's like you make eye contact with it and you're going, huh. Oh, yeah. Hey, Joe Dirt.
It's not a person. It's an it. Jesus Christ. Damn,
I'm
you're
such
savage, bro.
I am such a dick. I really am an asshole. But then you go to Orlando, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, like Mount Dora, Orlando and all that. It's like a bigger gay community. Right. You know what I mean? So you get, you get the gay community. I mean, it just is what it is.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I think Mount Dora has a gay person as their mayor. She's a lesbian, according to what my brother was telling me, because he's gay. You know what I mean? So he knows all the whole thing over there. So I spent some time with him and his significant other the whole entire weekend, or not the whole entire weekend, but on Sunday with them, and got to revisit. Haven't seen him in like 6 months, but anyway, long story short, then you go over to like Tampa versus Orlando versus Daytona. It's like the East Coast and the West Coast. It's kind of like the East Coast, West Coast rapper thing. You know what I mean? In Florida, West Coast, you got these certain types of retirees that are beach bums hanging out at the bar playing Caribbean style music. Yeah. You go to the East Coast, man. Yeah, bro, it's like Surfer's Day. Let's hang 10, man. You know what I mean? It's a totally different crowd. It's just funny to me, like how Florida is just so diverse all over the place. So anyway, just thought I'd bring that up just before we start the show talking about technology. So if you guys came over for technology, don't worry, we're going to talk about it. I just had to get that off my chest because I was like, little Joe Dirt running around the house. What's up? So anyway, how was your fucking day?
I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to go with that, my bro. I don't even know where to go. I have nothing to add to that whatsoever.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I'll take it over. So speaking of like people and having these different identities across the state of Florida, how about real-time deepfake? Have you been like paying attention to like the deepfake shit going around as of late, even with AI and everything else?
Yeah, some of it. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. So right now there's a real-time deepfake romance scams. So do you know what that is? Or do I need to explain it a little bit so the listeners get it?
I think you should definitely explain it for the listeners in case that bring them up to speed, in case they're not as, intelligent as you.
Okay, so basically you can watch how smooth talking scammers, they're known as the Yahoo boys. They use widely available face swapping technology to carry out elaborate romance scams. So
Damn.
basically, it's a man, is a scammer using a face so they could play like a chick or whatever. You know what I mean? And basically they're using the face swapping technology to totally change their appearance in real time. So they'll do like a video call, and then the scammer can be like thousands of miles away from the woman, if it's a man, even if you're doing the man's
Yeah,
thing.
right.
And you can literally just sit there and fake a persona and speak to the person and totally create this romance, this fake bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's like
So it's like
realistic.
catfishing, but with the next level where you can actually make yourself look like the person that you're impersonating.
I was like, fuck, dude, I'm going to be Brad Pitt. Fuck that, dude. I just like changed my his nose a little bit, change it, make him even hotter. I look like the can't believe it's not butter guy mixed with Brad Pitt. You know what I'm talking about, right? What's his
No,
name
I don't
again?
know. The can't believe it's not butter guy. Who's that?
You've never Fabio or whatever his name is. You know what I'm talking about? He had the long, flowing blonde hair
from the
with his
80s,
hair.
yeah, from
dude,
the 80s, 90s guy. Yeah,
You
yeah.
can
That's on all the covers of all the magazines.
Yes.
Okay,
He
I
was
mean
on
not
there.
magazines, but all the books, all the romance books.
Hey, ask your mom.
Every
She
romance book.
fucking knows, dude. She reads
No.
those Harlequin romances, right?
That's where I saw him from, because he was on all my mom's romance books. Like he's on the cover, like bare chested, like
Yeah, and then
wind blowing in their hair, glistening.
Yeah. Grabbing the girl by the back of the neck, a lion in his other hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, choking out a lion. Oh shit!
It's the freaking truth. What happened? What'd you do?
I just spilled coffee all over my computer.
Hey, technical difficulty. So if Mike times out for a minute, we all know what happened.
Game on, game over.
So I'll keep going. So the thing is on these face scams, you know, it's pretty scary because you don't know who the fuck you're talking to anymore when it comes to the internet. You know what I mean? Like if I was going to be one of those scammers, dude, I'd just make some hot freaking guy, man, you know? Or what about the guys that act like well, here's another one. What if you wanted to be
you are a hot guy? What the fuck you talking about, Willis?
This is true. This is true. No, but seriously, think about this. What if you like used it to be a hot chick and you just freaking hooked guys in and you were like, "Oh, I'm touching myself right now. Let me see you touch yourself." No, I'm just thinking about this, dude. And then you could blackmail the fucking dude because he's jerking off because you've heard about this shit in the past in real life.
That's actually that's actually happened to a person that will go unnamed.
Yeah, but you get my point.
Yes, I do.
Where you could literally blackmail somebody that is like a high-end CEO in a corporation, you know what I mean, that might pay out to keep you hushed, you know? I mean, that's fucked up. But that's the world we live in, you know, moving forward. It's like you got these deep fake scam artists going on, and you never know what's real anymore. And I think that's why as consumers, you have to do, or, you know, people out there on the internet, you have to do your homework about these people because you just don't know who's full of shit or not and who's setting 100%. You up. I mean, because they could be setting you up for a joke as part of like a comedy act. Although I'd sue the fuck out of you if you did it to me in a heartbeat. If it was created, you know, any type of damage to me, and I'd have to go after you.
Well, I mean, it definitely could be some emotional damage.
Yeah,
for sure.
My wiener was bigger than what you displayed in the camera.
Well, I'm even saying like you could get a real connection with somebody, you know, thinking you're having a real romantic connection. I don't know how well you guys can hear me. I don't know if my computer's
no, we can hear you just fine. Go ahead.
You can have a real romantic connection with somebody, and it could it could really mess you up, trauma. And then imagine the loss of trust. Mm-hmm. Like let's go there for a second. Like how much trust would you lose in humanity and people because you fell for somebody online and then you find out it's deep fake, like it's not real, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not real at all.
Yeah, it would be completely devastating to a person. I mean, I can only imagine how they would feel realizing that it wasn't who they thought it was.
Right.
Especially if you 100%. Especially because I mean, how often do really like Match.com and I'm not picking on Match.com, by the way, or Zoosk, any of these dating apps, Tinder, if people even use Tinder, I don't even know. But if these dating apps, I wonder how, if they're anything like they were back in the day, like early on, there was no vetting process. to check somebody's identity to make sure they were
I
real?
think there is a vetting process now on like Match.com. I think there is. You could probably Google that and find out.
Just curious because I know back in the day there wasn't. It was just you put your
Oh,
picture in
no.
there, you put your address in, you put your, what city you're in, and you were good
Your
to
left
go.
foot in, you put your right foot
Get
in,
out,
and you
you
shake
put
it all
your-
about.
You do the hokey pokey with your mom. Wait, what? So
Ooh,
yeah.
my
Wait,
mom.
what?
Hokey pokey.
Dude, your mom's hot.
It's just. Oh no, she's not.
Well, I can no longer, mess with Eric's mom, so I gotta choose another mother. And
Aww.
so you're the last of the Mohicans. You're the last of the Mohicans, man. So I gotta get it from somewhere. Wait, what? So, but yeah, so it's one of those things where you almost feel like the vetting process by those companies should even be more strict today. To sense, okay, this is a fake ass video. They're
Which I
banned
think
the
it
account.
is.
They ban the
But
account immediately.
I'll tell you what happens. I can imagine it right now, because they'd be like, "Hey, hit me up here because that way we can have more freedom and not pay." Because in Match and all that stuff, I think you have to pay for all the interactions and shit.
Correct.
I think they make
You
their
pay a
money.
monthly fee, I think, just like you would like an internet provider.
But I think I think, don't you have to pay for transactions too? Like if you want to have like a voice conversation and stuff like that, or
Dude, I haven't been on that bitch in 10 years. I don't have any clue.
I haven't either. So I don't know. So we have to do a little research on that. But
Yeah,
I
we'll have
know
to do some research on it, but
my wife and I, we like to watch like those 90 Day Fiance bullshits. And there's like, they're like, "Hey, hit me on this app, blah, 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 blah. It's going to ask you for subscription, but that helps me out a little bit. And, it makes it free on my end because the internet's really expensive over here." And the guys are like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. Let me sign up." You know what I mean? Like they're paying like $2.99 a minute to talk to like some hot, Ukrainian girl.
I've never understood that even back in the day when
now
people
they might
used to
be. Oh, go ahead.
Well, yeah, you remember when people used to call those numbers? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you remember back in the day when people used to call those numbers and they would pay $1.99, $2.99 a minute, kind of like the Miss Cleo shit?
They still do. People still do.
I don't understand. What makes that's probably a dude disguising his voice, man. And you're like, "Yeah, touch my wiener."
And then, yeah, I mean that's even more horrible now because you might be thinking you're trying to talk to a hot chick and it's actually a dude, and they're just like, it's the same guy that was trying to help you with your Google account like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's on the one end with a voice synthesizer, and he's going like this. "Yes, go ahead, stroke my wiener." That's right, and then it's coming out of your end as, "Oh yeah, baby, stroke my wiener." Yeah. And he's over there eating a bag of Doritos, drinking a Coke. "Yeah, sure, go ahead. Oh yeah, I want to touch your wiener bad too. I'm rubbing the foreskin right off of it." Oh.
Jesus, God.
But it's true,
man.
That shit happens, man. That shit happens.
Scary.
It is. So it's like, people, you gotta be careful. Hey, you gotta be careful what the hell you get yourself into when it comes to these deep fake scam artists, man.
Right, 100%.
But okay, so I also want to change gears. So let me lead into the next segment because, again, just be careful out there.
Sorry, everybody. I'm bobbing and weaving in this video. I'm just I'm trying to get all of the 16 ounces of coffee out of my MacBook Pro because it took the entire load right on its chin.
What? It's used to taking entire loads. So that being said, we're gonna continue into our next segment about big tech.
I'm actually surprised it did not short out. To be honest with you, 100% honest.
You know why? Because it's a fucking Mac. That's why.
I mean, it literally went scuba tank.
Yeah, Macs don't short out, baby. Macs don't short out.
Let's not jinx it yet. Let's not.
Yeah, no shit. All of a sudden you walk up.
Test fate.
So everybody, I'm on my own for the next 5 minutes because Mike is done.
Mike has to go get his backup computer and slide over.
Yeah, exactly. So big tech says spy bill turns its workers into informants. Now, have you heard about this one?
Ooh, no, I have not. Let's go. Let's go on this.
Okay, so one of Silicon Valley's most influential lobbying arms joins privacy reformers.
What's a lobbying arm?
Lobbying, not lobber. Did I say lobber? Sorry.
Yeah, you said lobber. Lobbering. I was like, what's a lobbying arm?
Hey, it's not fun to make fun of people with speech impediments. asshole. So
That
anyway,
is
lobbying
hysterical.
arms, lobbying arms joins privacy reformers in a fight against the Biden administration because it's backed an
Yeah.
expansion of a major U.S. surveillance program.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So basically, a trade organization representing the world's largest, IT companies, Google, Amazon,
Uh-huh.
IBM, Microsoft, as among the many of them,
Right.
say that there's strong opposition to ongoing efforts by the Biden administration to dramatically expand the key U.S. government surveillance authority. So
Oh, shit.
basically, in a nutshell, it's a surveillance program that it's it gives
How you explain it?
authorization to the FBI, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. So
Okay.
basically, they call the program. It's known as, I'm not shit you not. So any Star Trek fan's gonna get a laugh out of this. Section 702. It's
Oh,
extending.
jeez.
Yeah, I swear to God. So basically, they're reauthorizing they
Are we
reauthorize.
authorizing?
God, I cannot speak today, man. I am so fucking
Reauthorizing.
tired. No, I am so
Don't
fucking
don't
tired,
even get me
dude.
started on tired.
So basically, it's a surveillance tool. It was authorized in 2008, okay, and then
Okay.
it's been renewed several times since then. But it's basically crucial in disrupting terrorist attacks, cyber intrusions, and foreign espionage.
Okay.
So, but what they're saying is that these basically this still allows employees to become informants, and because what they're doing is now they can tell on companies for other things too.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So it's like, okay. So it's just one of those things where people go, okay,
Mhm.
I can
What's going
understand.
on here?
See, I can understand the privacy of a corporation and a company
Right?
because I really, and again, I'm going to go back to the TikTok thing because
Okay.
TikTok just came out as well and said, "Fuck you, we're not selling." I mean, that's what they did. They literally told the U.S. government, "You know what? Fuck you, we're not selling. We're going to take you to court."
I like
Because
it. I like that. I like that. I
and
like that mentality.
I do like, and they said we'd rather shut it down than
Yep.
fucking sell it because we have to
And
sell
then
the.
give in.
They say they have a unique algorithm that nobody
Uh-huh.
else has that
Right?
allows them to do the things they do, and they're not going to fucking sell it to another company to reap the reward of something that they developed. And so they
Yeah,
said they
I
said
could totally see that.
they said TikTok, believe it or not, for ByteDance's revenue is a small portion of what
Right?
they really do. So they said, we'd rather shut it
Oh.
down and go fuck yourself, America. You know what I mean? Than
Well,
deal with it.
they'd only have to shut it down in America, right? They wouldn't have to shut it
Well,
down everywhere.
Europe's already jumped on board and said they're shutting it down and getting rid of it.
Uh
Most of the NATO countries are saying goodbye to TikTok.
uh
That's why America's following suit. Along
I
with,
got you.
along with your trusty Zucky baby, it's time to make some money and bring everybody back to Instagram because all these creators are crying. And I'm really sorry, but you know, should have never left.
Yeah, that
You
sucks.
should have never left the gram, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. The problem is that TikTok actually pays well. They're a good
Yeah,
employer.
and it's and Zuckerberg's gonna pay even worse now if he's the only game in town.
Oh, that's the whole thing that sucks too. If he's the only game in town, he can
Uh-huh.
control every aspect of it, which he was already doing. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
the company Meta, because let's face
Right.
it, he has some pull, but the board of directors makes the decisions in the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah.
So so it's not fair to pick on him individually as well, because I'm sure he has very minimal say so to a degree anymore. Correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the thing is, it's like I stand with TikTok on this one and I've said it in prior episodes, until you prove without a fucking reasonable doubt that they're exchanging data to the communist
Right.
country, let them do fucking business. If
Yeah.
If Americans want to consume stupid content, then let them consume stupid content. And they try
Right.
to bring the argument, well, China doesn't show this to their people. Well, guess
Right.
what? Then okay, you tell them this is what you have. Then why don't we say you can't fucking dance stupid in front of a mirror? You know what I mean? With hardly any clothes on. Then have a nice day. And then now we'll do the exact same thing China does. So where's the limit? I mean, what's your thought on that? You know, they control one aspect of their content in their country, but that's their country.
I don't know, man. I got mixed feelings about it. I mean, I want people to have free choice and free will, but I also think that we need to start thinking. Oh man, I don't know how to say this. Almost like we need to start thinking less about the individual and more about the community as a whole. Like I think we're getting so hyper focused on the needs of the one that it's starting to outweigh the needs of the many. The exact opposite of what happens in Star Trek.
Yeah, so I was like, you know, we could talk all day about the TikTok thing. So I don't, it really wasn't about that. It was about the surveillance, thing. And so getting back, so changing gears, I'm just saying, I understand the need to monitor, but I find it funny that we're probably one of the bigger agency or countries in the world that probably do a lot of spying. and then we talk about how, oh my God, they're spying on us. Well, no shit. We spy on everybody too. So we even spy on our not only our adversaries, but also our allies. So it's like, okay, all right. So it's so contradictory, you know what I mean? So I have a really tough time with this because it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I don't know. I guess that we could come back and revisit this on another technology day.
Yeah, let's talk about this on another episode.
Yeah, let's do that.
We can have a whole we'll do a TikTok episode.
Okay,
talk about all things good. TikTok, and Instagram, and our views.
So guys, listen. Just be careful when you're on the internet. Make sure that you're vetting people thoroughly. I'm sure maybe we can research too as well the way to vet and make sure because even if the other online communities are maybe safer ways to make sure that really isn't a deep fake, because AI is getting more and more clever and it's not going anywhere like we've said in the past. It's just not.
Well, I just think be careful. Don't have virtual sex. Like don't show anything on there that you wouldn't. You're doing it in front of a camera, so don't do anything that you wouldn't want the entire world to see.
Fuck, delete history. And just like that, I'm out of the game. Just like that, I'm out of the game.
Well, no, all right, guys. You want people to see it, so.
Yeah, I'm like, I have to zoom in, though. That's the only difference. So anyway, that being said, guys, don't forget, head over to thedailybm.com where you can check out all our socials. We are on the Facebook, Instagram, you name it, TikTok. Yes, we are on the TikTok giving away our data. So that being said, also head over to YouTube and the Rumble where you can follow and subscribe over there, too, as well. Mikey, got anything before we get out of here on Technology Day?
Hey, everybody have a great day, and just go out there and slay it. Watch out for technology because it's coming for you.
And with that, we're out of here. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Have a good one.
Deuces.
Deuces.